Another day, another water walk. I've thought of some, and a lot of this is getting so routine, you know what I'm doing. But I thought of something I could say. when I cut a zonger like this, that's one spate wide, one shovel cut, basically, wide. And that's fine for leading it, but ultimately I feel it should be two wide, and then that's about right. And the reason for that is you have to go back along it and widen it just a little bit so it doesn't block quite so easily. And that's your first tuning. Like right there, you see I've got leakage. Well, as I fix that leakage, I'll widen my zonger, and then it'll be basically two spates wide. And that's about right. That's about optimal. At least for my work. I mean, ultimately, they can get as wide as a rice paddy, a flooded rice paddy, but you don't need that. There's two spates wide. There's so little friction that they can keep level for a very long way. Now here, I've come to a little, looks like a birch tree to me, and I need to widen it there really. So I guess I'll transplant this. I'll cut that out and I'll set it down there, I guess. He didn't want to be moved very much. The taproot goes down there, so I decided, well, I'll go around on the uphill side of him and just leave him where he is. You can see a lot of these young trees that the pigs are eating around. And here's one. Now surely that is a young black walnut, surely. And yet when I get looking at some of them, they look almost like they might be hickories. I think they're one or the other, but it's interesting that the pigs won't eat them. They leave them alone. And people like to talk a lot about food forests. Well, both hickories and walnuts produce lots of nuts. Another thing I found that the pigs won't eat is wild strawberry leaves, plants. Now, when the strawberries are on there, surely they'll eat them then. But I'm just not in a spot where, and they're blooming right now, but they're just not right here. I'm working on the aqueduct a little bit now, or I will be. I shut this off, but there's enough water leaking through it that it's going anyway. And so, well, you can see I'm letting water down onto that. I've been scrounging around the place to see what I've got that can work as to hold the plants down. They won't line it because everything leaks. This is a belt from an old farm machinery, piece of farm machinery. I have some on the other side too. And this, I think I told you about already. I know I did. Trampoline tops. I'm going to get some rocks to weight the top down. And I've got, and so this doesn't happen. It'd be easier for me if the vegetation doesn't get high. And I have some stuff on the far side I'm experimenting with. I may work on this or play on this, plurk on this some more today. But I've also got some real fun stuff to do up there in the woods. Now working my way up along Grandpa Jim Biss, you can see as I clear leaves out, there's a flow of water here. But the fact that it's spilling right here indicates to me that it is full. What I can do is I can lower that opening now back there at the aqueduct, because that's where I'd like the water now. I don't particularly want it to brim out here. So I'd say this is full.